Hey everybody, it's Carson Gordy. Illinois basketball got a gut punch on Tuesday. Point guard Kylan Boswell is going to be out for a month after fracturing his right hand in practice. Losing Boswell is a big deal. He's one of the best defenders in the Big Ten, and he was scoring 14 points per game. So is the 22-year-old Mihailo Petrovic going to play more? He hasn't played a lot because of injuries and offensive struggles, but he did play well in that Saturday win over Minnesota. If he doesn't play much, I would expect Illinois to run a super tall lineup with more minutes for Ben Hummerkaus or Jake Davis.
With Kylan out, how ready is Mihailo to step up, and what do you want to see from him?
It could be anybody. It's not one person. A lot of different guys having to move into different roles.
Illinois has a game on Wednesday against Maryland at home, and historically, Maryland has had Brad Underwood's number with a 9-3 record. But Maryland, they're a 19-point underdog on Wednesday.
I wouldn't worry about the Terps if I'm Illinois. For starters, they don't really have a true center. Their biggest downfall is ball security. However, point guard Diggy Coit. He is 5'8", 5'9". He just is coming off of a 43-point game against Penn State.
Finally, back to Kylan Boswell. While they may take care of Maryland even without him, here's some of the big games he likely will miss. They still got to play Purdue, Nebraska, Michigan State, Indiana, and Wisconsin. Now to college football. In the final coaches poll, Illinois checked in at number 25. It's the first time since 1990 Illinois has finished the year ranked in back-to-back years.
I think, people, usually either read about history or write history, and this group's writing history.
But to start 2026, Illinois is likely going to be unranked. They lost over a dozen big-time players to either graduation or the transfer portal. Here's the transfer portal track record so far for Illinois. Illinois added a top 15 transfer portal quarterback with Caden Hauser from East Carolina. And they got a lot of good offensive linemen and wide receivers coming in. And they did keep their best defensive players with Matthew Bailey and Xavier Scott. But on the flip side, defensive line and linebacker, that is a work in progress. Out of the 8 defensive linemen that made a tackle last year, 7 of them are gone. Out of the 13 linebackers that made a tackle, 8 of them are gone. But they still need several more players to fill up their depth chart. In high school basketball, 10-4 Monticello hosting the under 500 Illinois Valley Central basketball team. And the Sage is flying out of the game with a mid-range shot. And great effort throughout with the putback two to extend the lead. And a really strong bounce pass, but the Gray Ghosts came back to haunt the Sages. Generating a strong second-half comeback outside and inside the arc, and they would feed their big men. They would come back and upset Monticello on the road, 59-56.